Welcome back to my channel, Everything College, and I'm your host, Christina Parker, supporting your college navigation while also avoiding debt. So today, I'm going to be talking a little bit about COVID-19 Relief Fund. Did you know that there was money that was in the CARES Act that was dedicated to support students? So that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about on today's episode. So in the link below, everything that I'm talking about will be linked there. This article was very helpful, has some extremely important links and information, and so if you're looking for a quick overview, please go ahead and check it out. So for the COVID-19 Relief Fund, as we know, the world has changed since late March, since Corona arrived. It has shut down 2020 for all of us. A lot of schools had to transition to remote learning, specifically those that were in person. In order for, to support schools with this, with this transition, and then also to help students, the federal government in the CARES Act allocated $1 billion. And that $1 billion was split amongst many different universities all across the United States. And I'm going to be getting to what schools were selected or received funding and how much the students receive. But before I get there, if you have any questions, it has a question section. It has an HERF fact sheet. It has, what are they looking for? Just so much good information. So if you have any questions, please go ahead and go there. So now we're at the different universities that received the funding. So any school that receives federal funding in the U.S., any school that had in-person classes and had to switch over to remotely, or didn't have to switch over to remotely, doesn't really matter, received some piece of the pie. And in the link below will be linked kind of, a whole list of the different universities that are out there that received this federal funding. So I'm just going to kind of call out a couple of names. Since I'm in California, that's where I'm going to kind of focus on. It's in alphabetical order, so if you're wondering how to kind of search or find your school, while I'm searching, please drop below, what university do you attend? What university do you attend, and what is your major? So, for instance, California State University, Sacramento received $35 million. $17 million was allocated to students. California State University, Fullerton received $41 million. Half of that was allocated towards students. California State University, San Bernardino, which is my alum school, received $26 million. $13 million was allocated to students. Capri College, $222,000, half of that. So I'm looking at the numbers, about 50% of all the funds that university received was allocated to students. And so please, after watching this video and after giving it a like and commenting below, go to your university, check your email, type in COVID-19 relief funding, go to your search engine. If none of those work, then please call your financial aid and ask them about COVID-19 relief funding and what is the application process, when is the deadline, and get it in as soon as possible. So, if you don't know, I am a first-year Master's of Social Work student at the University of Michigan, and I definitely did also take advantage and apply to the COVID-19 emergency funding. So my application there was really simple. Last name, first name, middle initial, the 8 digits for my ID, my school ID, my school email, my phone number, what level was I in school, graduation. And then it also got down here to please describe in detail why you're requesting federal CARES Act funds. And so let's say you're requesting money for a laptop, which is something you can request money for. And you could be like, well, I'm requesting this money because I thought that I was going to be in person and I was going to utilize on campus technology, but because I have to do remote learning, I need to buy a computer, and that might be a financial burden on me, or whatever your case may be. Go ahead and make sure you fill out this part. Even if it's optional, please, that's a tip. Fill it out. If it's optional, fill it out because it adds character to you. It makes you stand out to the hundreds of thousands of whoever students didn't fill out that part. So that's a tip. If it's optional, still do it. So, for mine, it had a description of expense. So, what type of computer are you buying? What does it look like? How much does it cost? X, Y, and Z. And so you'll put that in this part if your university has adopted something similar. Then you'll put the price, and then you'll put the grand total. So exactly how much money do you need in order to provide for whatever you listed below. Now, before you go ahead and fill out your application, here is another tip. Please go ahead and lightly search up COVID-19 Relief Fund. And then when you do that, you'll find a little guidelines on exactly what was in it, what you can and cannot ask for. You can also find a little bit about it in the links that I have below. So make sure that you are asking for things that fall into that category. So don't ask for groceries, right? And that's something that that's something that they can't allocate money for, and so you're gonna get a no because you're asked for something that's outside of the stipulations. And you can even ask your financial person, what are some of the things that you can write for or qualifies for. Most universities do have a small list of the things that they're looking for. So as soon as you possibly can, I know we're right around the corner for school to start, please put in yours. So I put in mine, and I know some of y'all probably wondering what I asked for. I'm not going to put that information out there, but what I will tell you is that my grand total was $2,000. It was $2,000. And the advice that I give you is, if you need it, you need it. And don't be afraid or scared to ask for it. The only thing they can tell you is no. If they tell you no, ask the question why. And when they tell you why, go back, pull your application. Whether it's, lowering down the ask, taking out a few items that maybe didn't qualify, and then just resubmit. And, if they still have funding available, then they're going to allocate it towards you all. So really, I hope you take advantage of this resource. Please go ahead and check out the schools and to see if your school received any money and how much money that they did receive. Please let me know if you need any support in the comments below. And I look forward to an interesting but productive year. And as always, stay positive.